What's up, everybody? Your boy Melvin for another classic review, and I have a special treat for you all. I'm not just gonna review not one, not two, but three episodes in one video. And it has to relate with a certain person, a certain villain in the Goosebumps episodes. Who is the most evil one, which people will recognize as the face of Goosebumps? Except Karri the skeleton, of course. Everybody's favorite ventriloquist dummy Slappy. In the series, well, in the books, there's been a lot about Slappy, but in the Goosebumps series, there's only been 3 episodes of Slappy. Night of the Living Dummy 2, 3, and The Bride of the Living Dummy. So, what makes it more better? I'm going to review all 3. But before we begin, did you subscribe? Did you hit the bell? If so, Karri, Marri, Odonna, Loma, Molonu, Karrano. Excuse me. What was the thing? Oh yeah. Let's get the review, shall we? So our first one is Night of the Living Dummy 2. First aired on January 12th of 1996. It was the 10th episode for season 1. Maybe people ask, why didn't do the first one? Because in the first one, Slappy was not the main villain. It was his twin, Mr. Wood. And there were a few sketches of what Mr. Wood looks like. I read the book. He has descriptions. More like a country boy type. Jeans. Some kind of plaid long sleeve shirt. Scruffy hair. After he was defeated, some of that personnel went to Slappy and made Slappy 3 times worse. And rude. So yeah. Let's get through, shall we? So yeah. So we're at the house of the Kramer family. Looks like a family activity where every family's doing what they're doing. The one who's talking first is the oldest, Sarah Kramer, of a painting she made. Of course, we got Amy, who's the middle, being bored, also getting tired of waiting for her turn since her sister is like I think she's the honor roll student. And of course, we have the youngest, Jed, who was the only guy in the family. 2 guys and 4 women, so wow. Of course, after Sarah's finished, Amy wants to jump in, but no, her mom said he got to wait her turn. Then Jed's about to do his filmmaking, aka snitch and ditch. Like him recording everybody, calling one of Sarah doing something. And of course, Amy trying on her sister's clothes, which of course, he calls him a low creep. After that, let's just say the mother chastised him for not asking permission to use the camera. Wow. Soon, Amy gets her turn and brings her dummy, Dennis. Which, let's just say, he's a dummy who keeps losing his head. I'm not joking. When she's trying to do a joke, he actually tried to laugh. He lost my head. Which Jed says that's the best part. Which of course Amy's a bit tired, so her dad got her a surprise. Look behind the couch. A new dummy, and guess who it is? Slappy. Literally. And of course, she says the magic words: Karri, Marri, Odonna, Loma, Molonu, Karrano. Which, of course, she doesn't know what it means until Jed made the joke say it takes a dummy to know a dummy. Which, of course, she likes him. That's why we see Slappy actually come to life. He made this face like oh, we're gonna have some fun. After that, it looks like during the night, Amy's practicing with Slappy. That's when we hear Slappy's voice when she tries to do something. That's when Sarah pops in and tells her stop wearing her clothes, which of course he didn't break any, which of course he got annoyed. Soon during the night, let's just say strange things start to happen. The next day, Sarah's painting's been ruined, which of course people try to find who's who. Of course, they try to point Amy, which of course. Then after that, Amy had her friends over, her friend over, Margot and Alicia. Which, if you recall, I can't remember which is which, the friend, because it's Alicia. Okay, Alicia is the younger sister of her friend Margot. While Amy and Margot are talking, Alicia finds Slappy, which of course Amy tells her not to touch her, but Margot says just a dummy until Slappy starts to grab Alicia's finger and won't let go. Soon after that, Margot breaks off her friendship with Amy, which of course goes down a spiral. Then after that, during the night, while Amy was asleep, she heard some noises, noticed Slappy disappeared. And of course, turns out when she's trying to find him, guess where he is? While her parents were sleeping in the living room, she sees Slappy picking up her dad's guitar, about to hit him when he called out. He breaks it, which of course she gets framed for it. And during the morning, of course, they think it's her, but she keeps denying it. Then, when she sees Slappy, she's about to teach Slappy a lesson, which of course he reveals that he's alive. That, you know. But Amy has enough. Of course, guess what she does? She passes by Margot, which she ignores her, but Soon, guess what Amy did with Slappy? He put it in his box, takes her away. I think it's her box? No, she brings Slappy with her. And guess what she does? Amy says it. No. He actually chugs him in the sewer. So, when she gets home, it looks like a stormy night. Of course, her sister's doing some cleaning, which, of course, that's what Sarah says. Tell Jed to wipe his stupid feet. Of course, well, guess what you see? Small feet prints. Any idea whose feet that is? That's what Sarah sees. That's when Amy sees the footprints. Which, of course, she looks under the bed, and guess who it is? Slappy. Looking for somebody? It wasn't very nice of you throwing me in the sewer. Don't you remember? You spoke the words, Marri and Odonna. You and me are one now. Sorry. Me and you are one now. Inseparable. You are my slave. Wizard she denies it. She won't be his slave. Yeah, I can do anything I want. You have no choice. Your whole family thinks you're crazy. I see to that. They'll lock you up. They only see you on visiting days. Of course, she jumps on Slappy, telling him to shut the hell up. Of course, Sarah walks in, and when Amy's about to tell her, that's when Sarah sees Slappy gets up and says, "Hey, Sarah, wanna play?" Which both of them screams. The lights goes out. Jed's in the living room, doesn't know what the hell's going on. They both run a better run, but you can't hide. Of course, they run to the bathroom. Sarah apologized Amy for not believing. That's when Slappy tried to open the door until they realize when Slappy leaves, they forgot Jed. Zoom. They walk around in the darkness. They see strange things moving, thrown around. That's when they're looking for Slappy. They look up. He's on the chandelier. They're about, yoo-hoo, looking for somebody? They try to hit Slappy like a piñata. He's like, I've seen better swings in playgrounds. They dabs him. He disappears. What they're looking for him. Which Amy and Sarah split up. As Amy is looking for him, Slappy grabs her on the leg. She falls. So he just, yee-haw! For now on, this family belongs to me. You're mine, Amy. You're mine. Until all of a sudden, something hits Slappy. Slappy falls and hit his head in the fireplace, cracking his head. Literally, right there. Crack his head on the fireplace, right there. Soon, Sarah gets to Amy. They see the whole thing. They see a mysterious, strange mist coming out of his head. In the book, it wasn't supposed to be his soul. It was supposed to be a worm. A worm? A worm. Wow. We're going to find out souls are actually worms? Weird, ain't it? Soon after everything was over, her parents arrive and say, "What's going on here?" Which, of course, explain the whole thing when say Jet saved them, but then Jet pops out of nowhere and say, "Yeah, but what I do?" That's when Amy say, "But if you didn't save him, then who?" They turn around and guess what it actually was? Dennis. He just right there say, that weird dun 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 dun. Dun. It's good to be back in the family again. How the fuck you bring Des back? Oh, wait. Does it work on him as well if he's a dummy? If you learn Goosebumps 2, those words can bring anything to life. It's not just Slappy. He can actually bring those words to life. He just brought two figures from Street Fighters and they start playing the video game there. Ain't that weird? At least we know something. And that was a review for Night of the Living Dummy 2, which, oh boy. I already tell you some of the differences between the book and the, like, Slappy's. In the book, it wasn't Slappy's soul, but it's actually a worm coming out of his head. And now they ask how big. It doesn't say how big the worm is. That'll be weird. But yeah. And also, Slappy grabbing Alicia's finger was not in a room, but in a birthday party. At a party house, which it's called. But of course, let's continue with Night of the Living Dummy 3. Which, this is a two-parter, which, of course. This one came out in 1997, aired in July 20th. It was the episode, it was split in two of episodes 24 and 25 for season 2. Which, of course, this makes the appearance of a young Hayden Christensen. If you know that name, he's currently Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader. Yeah. You didn't expect Anakin Skywalker to be challenging Slappy, huh? Before Palpatine. But let's begin, shall we? We meet the home of the O'Deals. One night, looks like we meet Trina, who was asleep, but she woke up by weird noises. Climbs up the attic. That's when she uncovers the sheets are a bunch of dummies on the couches, and the main one on the big chair is Rocky. Soon he starts talking. He believes to be her brother playing the prank, but Dan's right next to her. He peers, "Hey, what's going on?" That's when, of course, it's their dad. If you recall, he's a ventriloquist, and he collects dummies. Soon, of course, they say, "Did I scare you?" "No, you didn't." "Oh, yeah?" Jaden looked her around like, "Hey, can I throw my voice or what?" Of course, then he brings a new addition to the family, Slappy. And this is a funny book. When they open him, he has a cracked face. I mean, literally, half his face is broken. Remember from the second one? Yeah. Half his face is broken, so yeah. It's actually pretty funny. But during the ruckus, the wife and mother of Mr. O'Deal, Mrs. O'Deal, says, "Oh, I thought I heard gremlins in the attic." Which, of course, Trina tells that brought a new member of the family and said, "Oh, great, another mouse to polish." Which, of course, is when Trina criticized about Slappy's appearance, say, hey, Slappy's an antique. This is a dummy with class. Of course, they have to pull out the business card. Which I think Trina's the one who read the words. Which he says, Marri, Odonna, Loma, Amalu, Karri, Marri, Odonna, Loma, Molonu, Karrano. Which, of course, strains the lights start to flicker, but Well, after the dad has glued the cracked face back, it just popped up. It looked like the glow did hold still. Of course, they're about to go to sleep, but that's when the dad mentioned that he came here early because their cousins arrive. Of course, let's just say they don't have a fun time with him. Says he liked to prank him all the time. How much? Let's see. There's one time the mom mentioned that one time they moved his bed, and guess where he's sleeping one? Next to a cow, which of course it was funny, but to him it wasn't. So yeah. So he sends him to bed. Of course, his wife asks him if he's going to come up soon, which yeah, he will. After he's fixed with Slappy. But yeah. To tell you the truth, it's actually pretty funny, actually. Soon, when he leaves, somehow the green... You know what Slappy's soul is green? Imagine he fixed the crack. It seems slowly, it's like wielding its face back. Next morning, we see Trina asking her mother, "Are we making money?" Of course, she sees the breakfast table, asks her brother to pass the cereal, which of course then, when she pulls the box, is slapping the dinner table. She gets scared, of course. Dan and his dad, because I think he said, "We just thought you need some company at the table." And she said, "Is one dummy enough? Do you want a crack face too?" Hi, Slappy. Of course, she compliments her dad for fixing his face, and he says, "I know, I should have been a surgeon." Which, of course, they thought cut his finger, but actually he just pulled the old removing finger trick. So we meet Zane and Carl. I think it was Carl? No, Zane and his dad. Right. Yeah, Carl. Why did I call it Dale? But no. But calling Zane his dad, arriving, which of course he keeps playing because why do I have to come here? I didn't know how this is young Christian Henderson's Hayden Christensen. This is weird. Of course, the family shows up. Welcome to the bars. Of course, the cousins usually. That's when they found him holding a book says "How to Face Your Fears." Oh boy. But yeah, they forgot about that. That's when they see the dummies, which of course he freaks out at first, which no. So the first night, well, he's sleeping. Guess what he sees? Jason Voorhees! No, I'm just kidding. It's actually one of the dummies in a hockey mask. When Zane's actually whacking him with a pillow. Of course, when they show up, they think it was a prank from the other two, which the other two denied. I think it was the next day where they were forced to cut the lawn because they didn't do it. Of course, they've been framed by something. Next time, it was just Zane showing them how to use about photography, how to do photos, which is actually pretty cool. Until they see dummies in the photo, of course, they get punished as well again. Of course, they keep telling why they get punished if the one's innocent. Of course, that's when their dad wants to teach Zane about how to love dummies, and guess who he chooses? Slappy. Which, of course, I shouldn't be here. Hey, this ain't the Spanish Inquisition. Dad's just gonna teach you how to love dummies. Of course, Zane was hesitant, but no. That's when he chooses Slappy, teaching how to do Slappy, of course. Slappy kicks him, mistaken to be his uncle kicking him, pulling around a lever. Like, okay, how you pull a lever from the leg? It's only from the head, not the legs. If that was a puppet with strings, yeah, but it'd be weird. Of course, the wife just looks at it and I didn't do anything. So when they arrive at the kitchen, oh boy, face was weird. The fucking Texas chainsaw right here because there's dummies everywhere, even dummies where they're supposed to be the turkey. Soon the dad chastised both of Trina and Dan, which of course they've been framed for something. Of course, guess what happened? Because they were playing extra go they can, which of course you play it until one of them confesses, which of course, yeah. Also, they're forbidden to touch the dummies, which are in the box. During the night, Trina hears some weird noises. She walks up until Dan pulls her in. She follows him, but nope. You won't believe who it was. It was Zane. Taking his revenge on them by teaching him a lesson. Soon, Trina and Dan scares him and tells him Zane's been a naughty boy. What did it say? What? Until he starts to lose his confidence and of course gets caught and drags down the stairs. So we see Slappy getting up. I think this is the first time we see Slappy walking. Of course, this is actually a person playing Slappy in the suit. Remember, a little person. But he's not the only one. And he says, so, you want to be a prankster, don't you, Zane? Well, let me show you how the pros do it. But I hate to work alone. I guess who brings... It's kind of weird because he doesn't use the words. He uses his own soul to bring another dummy life. And guess what it is? Rocky. So, Rocky, you ready to have some real fun? Sure. What do you say, boss? And of course, Slappy's gonna have some fun. Like usual. Then we meet... During the day, we see Zane cutting the grass while Trina and Dan are enjoying some lemonade. Soon, of course, they feel bad, and Trina gives her lemonade to Zane, which, of course, well, the parents are watching over and say, I think the whole thing's over. So, they decided to go out tonight, leaving the trio behind. Of course, the trio are in the bedroom, checking out what movies to watch, while playing, I think it was Scramble or Yahtzee. That's when Trina walks out of the kitchen and sees one of the dummies in the ceiling fan say, Zane! Of course, they figure Zane until Zane points out there's a dummy in a water gallon bottle. You know one of those giant blue water gallon bottles you find often to drink water from? That's when Zane points out, hey, you can't fit nothing in that. Which is true, because those things are the whole small, the little dummy is huge. That's when Dan looks and hey, where did he come from? And we see Slappy with his arms crossed, his legs crossed, like watching the whole thing. He's like, how did he get here? That's when they point out, you said Slappy kicked you. That's when Zane says, maybe your dad pulled a wrong lever, which, nope, he would never do it to you. Of course, he tried to test it by telling Slappy to kick him, which, of course, he didn't, until Slappy actually kicked him, and guess what he says? You didn't say please. Which right, he gets up, starts to chasing everybody. That's when he pulls the rug out, they abracadabra. I love that trick. Which, I like this Slappy. That's when, I think Dan's the one who pulled the recliner switch and knocked Slappy to the ground, and they all piled on him. Of course, it tells Zane to get the box. And, of course, Trina shuts him up by putting a cloth in his hand. No kidding. And also, Dan tied his legs. Literally, he grabbed his legs and tied him to a knot. Zane brings the box, they shut Slappy in, they drag the box to the well, and down he goes. Splash. And they falls over until they forgot Rocky's there as well. During the night, Trina's in her bedroom. She's about to go to sleep, and here goes Slappy. And he says, waiting for me. She freaks out until guess what he coughs up? A frog. Frog in my throat! Soon, Dan, with a bat, runs through the room. She says, Slappy's there. You gotta be kidding. When he turns around, he's not there. But there's a frog. And what footprints is that's where he hears Slappy in the air and say, so you want to be a prankster, huh, Zane? All you have to do is ask. Soon they race to Zane's bedroom. We see Slappy on top of them. Zane's asleep. We always wonder what happens if he breathes into him. They break the door down, and guess what? We see a whole room full of dummies, and Slappy right there say, well, look who's come to join the party. Better late than never. These are my friends. Have you met my bodyguard, Rocky? He's not too bright, but he'll do his job. Which, of course, they see Rocky alive. That's what they say, where's Zane? See for yourself. Which Slappy turns Zane into a dummy. Holy shit. If I him turn into a half man, half cyborg, Sith Lord was enough. Of course, Slappy said, hey, Zane, you don't look so wooden. Get wooden. Of course, Trey tells him to turn back, but of course, Slappy hates when somebody tells him what to do. They quiet. Who give you? Tell you? I'm the one who tells the order. Which of course Dan wants to tell his parents, but it's a bad idea. If you try to tell anyone, I'll turn both of you to dummies. Of course, I think Dan runs away, leaving Dan with, saying was Slappy and Rocky. Of course, to try to figure out how he came to life until he realized the words from the card. Which, of course, meanwhile, I think Rocky and Slappy are just moving the dummies back in the attic. That's when they go back outside to the well, they pull out the box, and nope, the card's not there. Slappy must have it. Soon they walk into the attic, they see everybody there. They see Slappy in the main chair, and they're like, wait, is he asleep? Do dummies sleep? That is a good question, because we never seen Slappy close his eyes. In the movie, yeah, he can actually blink. But this, no. He can move his eyebrows, but doesn't move his eyes. I think he moves his eyes, but I don't know. I gotta review the episode that he does move his eyes or just move his head. He looks like he's moving his eyes, but yeah, they're about to grab the card until he realized Slappy was asleep. He was pretending. He says, "Don't touch the merchandise." Of course, Rocky blocks the way. Slappy's about to turn Dan into a dummy, but until Trina kicks him in the chestnuts. Sorry. What joke, because remember, he's a dummy, and of course he has nuts. And you see him crawling, he's just gasping. Soon, I think Trina grabs the card. She reads it backwards, which Slappy begs not to stop her, but too late. They collapse. All two of them. That's when she thought they didn't work. As Dan tried to poke him. Nope. He's alive. And he tells them, "Don't you get it? You're mine. Just like Rocky here. Now you teach him a lesson." Literally, that's when Trina tells Rocky, "You're nobody's slave. You're one of our family." Which, of course, that brings in the most cheapest point. I gave you life. Who are you going to serve? Them or me? That's when Trina pulls out the one that actually worth it, because when Rocky was found by her dad, he was falling apart. He was broken, but he fixed him up and took him to every charity event that he could. He was part of their family. That's when, at first, we thought Rocky's about to beat him, but nope. Rocky just sucker punched Slappy. He tells him, "Never mess with the family." Of course, they start a dummy fight, which is actually pretty cool. Soon as Slappy's about to tell another to help him by spraying his breath, of course, Rocky tells him to keep his bad breath to himself and chucks him and yeets him out the window. Literally, he just falls out the window holding one of those, I can't, what do you call those, guardrails? It's one of those gutters. And Slappy says, "Don't you get it? I'm invincible!" Until lightning strikes the metal, the electricity stops, and he explodes. Boom. Which, of course, turns Zane back to normal, but of course, ceases Rocky's ability to be alive. Of course. And also Zane's like, "Man, I'm glad to see you." And he just takes a photo of him in the attic. Then, outside, we see what's left of Slappy, his burning head, taken by a photo. Next day, looks like a morning. Everybody's happy. Zane's about to leave, and he wants to visit his cousins again, which, of course, is good. While two of the cousins watch Insanity go by, guess what happens? Zane turns his head around, like the actor says, "I'll see you next time, cousins." And again. Oh yeah, I did forget. Arl Stein was the one narrating this introduces the story. I kind of forgot about that. Whoops. But I'll explain. I'm going to tell you. We see R.L. Stine about to tell the story of the Night of the Living Dummy 3, but this time with a dummy, another ventriloquist dummy of himself saying, "Hello, I'm R.L. Stine. I write the Goosebumps books." Which R.L. Stine appears to say, "No, you're not. I am." "Oh, really? Then what is today's story?" "It's Night of the Living Dummy 3. It's about an evil dummy that comes to life." Ha ha ha! What a crazy idea. Well, viewers beware, you're in for a scare. How's that? You were a little stiff. And we got the ending credit where, of course, our son saying, "Have a great night, everybody," until he gets caught in puppet wire saying, "What did I do?" "Have a scary night." Which little dummy Arsene starts to laugh, and Arsene gets the look like, "Oh boy, I screwed up." So that was Night of the Living Dummy 3, and yeah, that was actually pretty cool. So yeah, now we're into our final one, which is the third and final of Slappy, and the first of the Goosebumps 2000 series. It's like a homage, a parody of Bride of Frankenstein, Bride of the Living Dummy. And this is a good one, actually, because I can't remember when this came out. But yeah, Bride of the Living Dummy 3, this came out, I can't remember what season it was. Hold it. Damn. My internet is jacking up again. Oh, for crying out loud. Sorry, folks. Let's just say my internet keeps going up again. Let me just pause. And we're back. Thanks for waiting. And of course, we're here with Bride of a Living Dummy. Aired on, well, you know, Valentine's Day on February the 14th of 1998. And it was the 16th episode of Season 3 between Awesome Ants and Strained Bees. Which is the first time. This is the first of the first novel from the Goosebumps 2000 series, which is actually the only one. There are others like Slappy's Nightmare, but that never made it. So this one made more sense because like homage to Bride of Frankenstein. But let's continue, shall we? Okay, first of all, we meet it's like a man named by Jimmy O. James wandering in an alley during a stormy night, which I kind of like the music, like a kind of like a gangster feel, like romance, like that. Of course, he counters the trunk, Slappy's trunk. He tried to break with a crowbar until a lightning strikes it and breaks the lock, which is kind of weird since we see the storm like it wants to be open. Which, when Jimmy opens, he sees Slappy. "Well, Jimmy, another big score." Of course, he sees the business card on Slappy's pocket. He tries to grab it. The wind blows it away. Which gets far enough from Slappy. Of course, he reads the cards. Karri, Marri, Odonna, Loma, Molonu, Karrano. Which, of course, hello, Jimmy. Of course, what? Yeah, I forgot what Slappy said to him. I try to remember, but forget it. Of course, Jimmy. Who? What? It's not what, who. The name's Slappy, and I'm about to make you an offer you can't refuse. What? He has to use a line from The Godfather. Damn. Of course, Slappy laughs while the storm rages. Which, of course, during the next day, it looks like a theater, which is entertained by both Jimmy O. James, well, the amazing Jimmy O. James, and Slappy. Which Slappy tells me jokes is "You look good today, Slappy." "Thanks, Jimmy. I was about to say the same thing about you." "I want to, but lying makes my nose grow." "Your nose grow?" "Yes, runs in the family. Almost killed my Uncle Pinocchio." Which everybody starts laughing. hysterical. You're, whoa, how you like the crowd? Sheesh. How you like the audience? Which Slappy says, phew, this is an audience? Sheesh. For a minute there, I thought you were working at the zoo. Which everybody starts laughing. Remember, Slappy's insults can be actually funny. And Jimmy says, oh, that's not very nice, Slappy. I think they're a nice bunch of boys and girls. That's when we see Slappy love-struck as he sees... This is a funny thing because... Wait for the end because... we're getting a glimpse of Mary Ellen, who's... Katie's doll. This big-ass doll. This weird curly poof afro hair. And Jimmy's like trying to get Slappy back to reality. Don't you think they're a fine looking bunch of boys and girls? And it's like, you kidding me? Last time I saw faces like these, they were hanging upside down a fish market. Which everybody laughs, applauds, and Jimmy says, oh, that's Slappy. Which, of course, Jimmy starts to be concerned. And Slide's like, turn around and sees Marri Ellen, which, wait, he's love struck. Of course, we meet our fellow Yuppies, Jillian, Katie, and Harrison. And also, this is the second appearance of Andrea Benedier. If you don't remember her, she was the one who liked pulling pranks at Hill House that almost got painted by a ghost at the episode The Headless Ghost. Now you remember? Of course, Jillian's little sister, Katie, is a bit freaked out because she lost her doll, which of course, she said that Mary Ellen is going to be pissed off, which of course, Harrison says she's just a doll, which of course, Jillian went to find her. Kate went to find her, which of course, Jillian has to find after her. Looks like they're trying to find her. Of course, Jillian ends up in the basement. And things get weirder. She runs into a room. That's where she hears Jimmy and Slappy talking. You can't do this. You can't make me. I'm sick and tired of being treated like a slave all the time. But you're my slave, Jimmy. And you're anything but. Let me give you some free advice, partner. When Slappy tells you to do something, you better do it. He starts laughing. Jillian actually opens the door. Jimmy's like, oh fuck. And sees Slappy play possum. Like, how do you like it? Which, of course, he tells her it's just remote control. And of course, see him and Slappy fight, which Jillian buys it. And Jillian actually she's looking for her sister's big ass doll, which of course Jimmy gives her his number, including her number, to tell her when they go find the doll. Of course, when she goes back upstairs, she sees Katie found her doll, which of course she tells her stop losing her doll, but I didn't lose her. She wanted me Slappy. Of course, she crumbs up a poster which has Slappy on it in the trash. Back at the house, we meet her parents, her dad, Bob Zinman, who's actually trying to break the record for the most birdhouses. Which, oh boy, that's a shitload of birdhouses. I tell you what. But soon, a mysterious package arrives, and guess who's in it? Slappy, with a note saying that Jimmy O'Jane's doing a routine without him, so he needs a new home and lots of love. Of course, Jillian didn't want him to be in his room, so she will put him in the basement. Which, of course, we see Katie with Mary Ellen, which she said Mary Ellen doesn't like you, of course. But Mary Ellen wants Slappy to sleep with us, but Jillian said it was my room before it was our room. So Slappy lives here, and Slappy bites her really in the hand and tries to smack his head to make him let him go. Of course he does. Which Mary Ellen whispers something to Katie saying the same thing, but here's what Jillian says. Mary Ellen needs to shut the fuck up. No, she didn't say that, but she needs to shut up. But yeah. Soon Slappy gets up. Slappy starts wandering around during the night. The dog starts barking, but Slappy says, "Moving, mutt." That's when during the morning, Katie wakes up and she screams, sees Slappy right there. That's when Jillian sees him right on the dresser, and there's on the mirror says, "I want my bride." After that, Jillian's washing the lipstick off the mirror. That's when their mom calls him because she's missing some jewelry. Of course, she doesn't know who's the one who took it. That's things started to get weird. That's when Jillian decides to return Slappy to Amazing Jimmy James back to where he's from. Which we see when she arrives, there's like a giant gate with Slappy's face, like someone from a Batman villain entrance. That's actually pretty funny. But yeah, after that, Jillian calls for Mr. Jimmy James to take his dummy back. That's when the lights turn on. She sees all the dummies, even Rocky. His head's been smashed. It's when we see Jimmy waking up, and what's all this? Oh, these were Slappy's rivals. He destroyed them. He destroyed them all. Which Jillian asks, wait, a dummy did all this? Which, of course, Slappy is no dummy. He's pure evil. Which, of course, he mentioned he can't destroy the evil spirit that's in that dummy. Which, of course, he demands Jillian to take Slappy back, which, of course, she didn't want to because she spent all her babysitting money to get a cab and bring it back. And guess who was instead of Slappy in the box? It's her dog. Which, if follows a joke, but nope. And it turns out, Slappy's still in the house. And guess who's over there? Harrison and Katie watching the scarecrows walk at midnight. That's actually pretty cool. You see like a whole bunch of other Goosebumps episodes into a scary movie, but changing the sound. Like at the Werewolf Fever Swamp. And scarecrows walk at midnight. It was actually pretty cool. Of course, Harrison is not feeling well and he goes to the bathroom. Which, of course, things get a lot worse because Harrison gets locked in Slappy locks him in the bathroom. And of course, Kay's looking for Mary Ellen. That's when Slappy turns the power off, which of course, lights up, brats! Power off, lightning flash, and Kay screams. Of course, Harrison doesn't know what's going on. Harrison's calling for Katie, and we see Slappy moving his eyes, which, yeah, he moved his eyes. I already checked. Left to right with his cross face, like, Of course. He demanded to find the key, once the door's locked. That's when she runs to Mary Ellen and say, Mary Ellen, where's Slappy? Which, of course, we hear Slappy coming in. She blocks the door, which he tells Mary Ellen to help, but nope. And guess who it actually was? Her sister. That's when we see Slappy in the air vent. And yeah, Kate doesn't want to leave Mary Ellen. She takes her with her. Of course, Slappy is laughing hysterically. In their event, as they race down the stairs, they both scream as Slappy's right there, standing there. Funny, eh? And I want my bride. Sorry, I couldn't do a high pitch because it's during the night. I don't want to raise my voice too high. So they race down they start to run, and Slappy keep popping out and saying, my bride, my bride. They race down the basement, with Slappy trying to open the door and say, oh, you better run, but you can't hide. Which Katie tells Jillian, I can't. Mary Ellen won't let me. Of course, when they were able to reach the basement, that's when we're about to escape from the window, but Katie says Mary won't let me. That's when Jillian said, I have enough with this stupid doll. Which, of course, Katie tells her, don't make her angry. I have enough with this damn dumb doll. Who you calling dumb, ugly? What the fuck? Of course, Mary Ellen is fucking alive. Are you the smarty pants? Go ahead, Katie. Tell your big sister the truth. Which, of course, she explains she's alive as well, and she has to do everything that she says, or she'll hurt anybody, including Jillian. And what Mary Ellen wants, Mary Ellen gets. And when she saw Slappy, she fell in love with him. And of course, that's when they decided to leave her. When Jillian opens the window, Slappy pops and says, miss me? Of course, he climbs in the window. And Mary Ellen is right there. That's when Slappy says, "Ah, my beautiful bride. See? I even got the ring." That's when Joe's like, wait, that's my mom's ring. Yes. I stole it for the special occasion. To marry the most beautiful girl in the world. That's when Mary Ellen gets flabbergasted and is happy that Slappy is about to propose to her. That's when Slappy said, "Wait, not you, you cheap plastic. I want you." And guess what it is? Katie. They're like, oh fuck. Now let's just get worse. Of course, Mary Ellen's pissed off that she had to do everything for nothing, just all she done for you. You rotten piece of wood. Come on, Katie, Ellen. There's plenty of me go around. Of course, they both start to fight. Literally, we see both of them fighting. That's when we know. That's when Jillian knows that Slappy's under the switch to the saw blade. She turns the power on. Slappy flips the switch. The saw turns on. That's when Slappy sees the saw spinning, and he's about to say, "Well, gotta go." And drags Mary on with him, and they both get chopped up by the saw blade. After that, we see them in pieces, literally. Okay, the freaky part is that Slappy's like smiling, but Mary Ellen's like crossed. You can see her neck, like, you know, when you're trying to move your neck, the weird, like, the muscles on your neck start to twitch. That's what she had on her neck, like that. She's gonna cut off by her torso. That's when we see something more freaky. We see their souls appearing, and it's not like the second line of living dummy, like miss that's it. We actually see them in person, like a ghostly spirit, and they started laughing. Both of them started laughing and spinning out of control, and they disappear. And of course, Katie said, "I'm too old for dolls," which of course they climb back upstairs. They got scared, but it's actually her parents, and guess what? They forgot Harris, and of course, where did Slappy go? Oops. And remember what Jimmy O. James said? You can't destroy the spirit? Yeah. Slappy's spirit's in the air vent. Of course, the dad's pissed off and say, "What's he doing in our bathroom?" Of course. Jillian is the one who's getting chastised as the dad opens the door, and Jillian asks if Harrison's okay. Harrison turns around with bulging eyes. And it's actually Slappy. He just possessed him, saying, "Harrison doesn't live here anymore." And that was Bride of the Living Dummy, people. Holy shit. Damn. Not only can Slappy get chopped up, he managed to possess. So that was his plan in case he gets chopped up. He has Harrison to be his possession dummy. And here's the funny thing. In the episode, different opening that explains Jimmy found Slappy. In the book, did not explain how Slappy came to be in Jimmy's possession. Well, yeah. Oh boy. And there's a whole lot. But yeah. In the book, the kids get Slappy by finding him in a dumpster where Jimmy abandoned him. In the episode, Jimmy sends Slappy to her house after getting her address, which Slappy forces him to do. Wow. In the book, Slappy had been put to sleep when they found him and does not come to life until later in the episode. He's still alive when he gets to him. Yeah. Slappy's backstory is not given in the episode, so you're telling me there's a backstory of Slappy's origins that never made to the episode? Pity, I want to hear that. That'll be pretty interesting. Of course, that'll be it for today. I hope you liked the Slappy triple special, which contains all 3 episodes that feature Slappy, of course. And tell me what was your favorite episode of the 3. Because hey, who doesn't love this guy? If you're a fan from the series or Slappy from the 2 movies, hey, my favorite has to be the series because come on. I've heard that Slappy then. I don't blame Jack Black, but come on. I kind of wish they used the Slappy from the series better. But yeah, let me know what you think of the episodes. Which one's your favorite? Tell me which one you like more on the comments down below. And if you're new to the channel, remember to like and subscribe. And remember to hit the bell for more great content and like this video. I'll see you next time. Peace.